There are only three kinds of people in the world: positive people, negative people, and undecided people. W. Clement Stone taught that there is very little difference in people, but that little difference makes a big difference. The little difference is attitude. The big difference is whether it is positive or negative. Every day in our branches and in our personal lives, we're confronted with challenges and choices. Some of us naturally act and react in a positive way, and others in a negative way. Some of us and members of our teams feel negative and frustrated about how things are going in our lives or in our careers. Some of us are undecided about whether to be positive or negative because we haven't learned the incredible difference it can make to choose to be positive. And it is a choice. Whichever life perspective we choose, there are powerful, immediate, and long-term consequences. Positive people are different from everyone else. Positive people live longer. In a study of nuns who regularly expressed positive emotions, they lived an average of 10 years longer than those who didn't. Positive work environments always outperform negative ones. Positive, optimistic salespeople sell more. Positive leaders make better decisions under pressure. Positive marriages last longer and are more fulfilling. John Gottman reported that marriages are much more likely to succeed when the couple experiences a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions, whereas when the ratio approaches 1-to-1, marriages are much more likely to end in divorce. Positive people are more resilient in stressful situations. Positive people are more creative and empowered. Positive people are more grateful, and grateful people are more positive. Positive athletes performed at a significantly higher level. Positive people have more friends and enjoy their relationships more. Positive people actually earn more money. Positive people are healthier, and positive people are happier. Let me outline some of the things that we can do to have a more positive life. First of all, we need to intentionally choose to live a more positive life. When we regularly express gratitude and love, we will develop a more positive outlook. Performing acts of kindness will increase our positive nature. Focusing on others, on helping others, and seeking to serve will also help. When we stop allowing ourselves to feel victimized, we will feel more positive. Visualize yourself as a powerful, capable person, and you will become more powerful and capable. Cultivate optimism and hope in your life. Create specific plans to contribute to positive outcomes around you and execute on your plans every day. Nurture relationships with positive people. Build a circle of synergistic support in your life. Know what you want and go get it. Emulate the behaviors of positive, successful people and stop criticizing and complaining. Stay physically active. This actually releases endorphins in your brain and body. Eat healthy, drink lots of water, and get enough sleep every night. Live a life of integrity. Think of an integrated life versus a compartmentalized life. Forgive everything and everyone, every time. Savor life's joys. Foster flow in your life. Learn what you're passionate about and immerse yourself in it. Smile. It's amazing what this simple thing can do for you and everyone around you. And never, never, never give up. There are three dimensions of a positive life. The first and most effective element of a positive life is living a life of meaning. This requires that you know your greatest strengths and use your strengths in the service of something much greater than yourself. These activities are philanthropic and other-centric rather than self-centered. They have a very long-lasting impact on your feelings of positivity and well-being. The second dimension of a positive life is what I like to call flow. There is a Greek word for this called eudaimonia, which means human flourishing. Etymologically, it comes from the words good and spirit. Sometimes it is translated as virtue or excellence or phronesis, which means practical or ethical wisdom. It also refers to the highest human good. You may have felt this when you were doing something that you are passionate about and you completely lose track of time and place. You no longer consider your efforts as work, but rather an experience of the highest enjoyment. When you can lose yourself in your work or play, you are in a state of flow or eudaimonia. The third dimension of a positive life, and perhaps the least important, is that of seeking a good life through experiencing pleasure, savoring experience, mindfulness, or just plain fun. Each of these three dimensions of a positive life have their place, but as you consciously craft your life, realize that they are listed in order of importance and effectiveness in terms of affecting your feelings of well-being. So, if you've been frustrated with your life, your circumstances, or your state of joy, realize that your perspective is up to you. If you're used to living your life with a negative outlook and have been suffering negative outcomes as a result, you can change. Wayne Dyer said that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you were just going through life being acted upon by other people or circumstances, feeling helpless, or haven't realized the power of being positive, I invite you to choose a positive perspective today and observe the amazing positive changes that can come into your life as you live your life consistently with the principles of creative positive power. If you've already learned the power of positive thinking, I invite you to share what you know and feel with others in your personal life and at your branch. Be a shining example of the good, the positive, and the joyful in every interaction in your life. Viktor Frankl, who spent years in the Nazi death camps during World War II, said, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom." So study and learn what you need to know to improve your situation. Believe that you have the power to create the kind of life that you want. Be enthusiastically active every day, living consistently with what you learn, and help others to do the same. Napoleon Hill once said, "The positive mental attitude is the starting point of all riches, whether they be riches of a material nature or intangible riches." Steve Jobs gave us some great advice about positively and confidently following our hearts. He said almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you're going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking that you have something to lose. You're already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
I hope that you are crazy enough to think that you can change the world too.